Hey kids, welcome to the shit show. This thing is still going on. Okay, so you see the little blue things on there, right? Yeah, that is all the step area on top of the sky crane so that they can walk on top and not fall. This is what I am trying to emulate, is this right here. Now this is an old picture of the top of 79 Romeo, and this is before they stripped it all off and whatnot, so I'm not gonna try to emulate all this freaking different colored of shit because I can't figure out how to color that stuff that way, and you know, it's faded, it's all this sort of stuff, so I'm just putting it on and it's gonna be nice, crisp and clean. So there is the tail boom going all the way back, all the steps going up the tail have it, and then on the sides over here, all the steps have it, and then it goes not just on the top of the step, but it goes up the leg, and then it has some over here. And before they repainted the helicopter and stripped it all down, there is, you know, some green that shows through from when it was with Evergreen. And I heard that pisses them off to no end. The higher ups in Helicopter Transport Services Company. So this shit is now all gone. It is all gone and all that other stuff. So it kind of sucks. But that's what we are trying to emulate, and you can kind of see it's, you know, it's on all the steps as best as I can, all fudged, and this stuff doesn't stick down very well because right underneath that edge is my rivets. So it's not going to stick very well. But that's what's nice with doing this little piece here, is I can get right up to an edge and be nice. And when you peel that off, you get a nice clean line all on there, and that's kind of what we're going for. I got to do all this stuff before anything else goes on to the top because there are shit that is just put right on top. I have to get all these steps done and all that good stuff. So that's where we're at. Trying to get an accurate texture is what's been hard. So I had this stuff. This is the Ammo MiG Anti Slip stuff, and it's okay. For bigger helicopters, it'll work great. Not for this thing, which is only like 1/11th, kinda. So I thought, okay, I gotta figure out something because that's a lot of acres I gotta cover, and this little teeny tiny ass tube isn't gonna do shit. So I thought, well, let's try this. This is the undercoating rubberized shit from Rust-Oleum for your undercar crap. And I'm like, let's try it out. Let's see what's going on. All right, so how I'm doing this is I got me a little dowel, and I got, this is all dollar store shit. So I got some felt little pads for your chair. Then I got these little push pins that have little foam on them. That it's like a little tack, and I'm gonna put that on the other end of this, and then we goop up the stuff and we put it on here, and then we get the little fluffy little end on there, and then we go back and put this nice texture on it, and you can definitely tell the texture difference because you know, this was too much texture. I tried some paint with my finger, and that didn't do really good. It's too shiny. Then I tried the undercoating stuff and tried it right here, and used my finger again, trying to get the right consistency of texture, which it turned out a little bit too much. Then this little triangle up here, this was done with a Q-tip. So I'm like, oh, okay, the Q-tip gets it a little bit better. And that's when we went down to this section here and that section right there, where I'm using the little slider protectors to put it on, and then after it dries a little bit, going in with the texture little push pin here to give it the nice texture. And this is just perfect for all that, and it really lets the riveting show through. This one here, that one right there is the same as that one, and was able to get the texture of the rivets to show through. All right, so there is the first layer, and you can see the nice rivet work on there. You can still see through it. Just what we're going for. Gives it that nice texture down in there. So we'll let this dry, and maybe we'll put another layer on it, maybe not. I don't know, we'll see what it does when it dries. How I'm doing this, I just sprayed it into the cup, okay? Got me a disposable freaking paintbrush. I'm just painting it on just enough to cover up the paint, because there's going to be streaks no matter what. So I don't know if I'm going to do 2 layers of this stuff or not. Depends on how it looks when it's done. It's looking really good with just 1 coat. It's kind of off here and there. It's not perfect, but I'm just going through, and you can see how it kind of wipes some of the stuff off. So you got to go back and put a little bit more on there. Once it's on there, I come back with my little fuzzy button head tack thing that I put on there, and I'm just tapping. I'm not smearing, I'm not wiping, I'm tapping. All this is doing is just giving it the nice texture that I'm looking for. So I go through once and do it, and then I'll come back and I will do it again, because that's still a little too textured for what I'm thinking it needs. But I will go through and I'll do it again. And so far I've been cleaning out the brush with some xylene, which a brand name for that would be Goof Off, and that seems to clean out everything just fine. We'll let that dry, and then we'll see how this looks after a while, and then see if it needs another coat. All right, so I couldn't wait. It looks too good. But oh, we're gonna. Come on, get off of there, you PFer. Oh yeah, come on. Get it good, get it good, get it good. There we go. The bad thing about I hate about this tape is it leaves a little thing, a little bit of residue on here. So now you can see where the blue line is. God damn it. So I gotta figure out how to get that off. Hopefully a little bit of alcohol will clean that off right pretty. Ooh, there's a big old blob of shit that went underneath over here. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay. Got one row of stuff on here. Here's the original one, this original section. Let's go through and we're gonna tap that again. So we'll let that dry and then we'll see how this looks after a while and then see if it needs another coat. But yeah, the details are still there. You can still see them very clearly, which is exactly what I was wanting. So I did really good. So we'll figure out what's going to clean off this little bit of residue. It's not just my finger rubbing it. It's not bad, but I'm going to figure out how to clean it. I'll let you guys know. But that looks really good. I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. The rivets showed through really well. And we just got to get the rest of it done. Okay, yeah, so just a little bit of rubbing alcohol on a nice soft towel. I went carefully just right along the edge and it took that little residue right there off. So there you go. That's how you fix that little bullshit. Another fucking step to do to get to greatness. Oh my God. And the last little thing, got my rubbing alcohol. I'm just gonna, nice little blue towel. Remember all those little freaking spots where you can see where the tape was. See, let me get it. Yeah, see that little white? That's everywhere. So I took my alcohol and right now all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna rub it just a little bit. Not very much. Let that dry. Come back with a nice little clean towel. Nice and dry. And voila. It's all gone. So the last thing I gotta do is clean off all them stupid little sticky things on there. And then that part is done. And now I just got to do the rest of it. Ah, fuck. Get out and build something. All right. I just figured out something and I just made a whole bunch of more work for me because this is the undercoating. And I knew that I cleaned up my brushes with some xylene. And so I was like, okay, well, I had a couple spots over here that were, kind of goofy. Come on, focus. Focus. It's not focusing. Why is it not focusing? Focus. Piece of shit. All right, try it from this side. Maybe I can get in here. So I had a couple of spots, and you can kind of see where the line went into my rivets. And, it was blow by. Not a big deal, right? So I knew that the xylene would clean that stuff off. So I tried it, and, lo and behold, yeah, it takes it off. It takes all of it off. So I was like, all right, cleaned up a couple spots because I had a really bad line through here. And I mean, it was all the way over on the other side of that line. So I was like, all right, well, we'll just clean it off. No big deal. And I thought, okay, if I can clean this off, and you can see a little bit of residue, I got to get off there. I'm like, how would that do taking off the rivet tops? So there you go. So a little extra rubbing with a little bit of xylene on there kind of makes it look a little worn through. So I imagine over time this is going to wear off anyways. And if I rubbed it hard enough, it'll start to rub through. Sure enough. So this is not permanent. And like everything else for scale, it needs to be weathered. So I was like, all right, well, let's try some more out over here. So I got the steps, and these steps are abused because they're constantly walked up and down every run. Every run, they're up and down maybe a couple times. So these spots, this is the, a grab handle climbing up, and then your feet get up here. So I was like, okay, let's see how it does. And sure enough, yeah, it does pretty good, making that little weathered abuse by taking some of the rubberized undercoating off. So yeah, I just made a whole bunch more work, but it's going to be a great detail that you will just barely notice. See, it's all nice and pristine and pretty. Yeah, no crane is nice, pristine, and pretty unless it's coming out of the paint booth. So, and you saw some of the other pictures up there where all the rivet heads are all, the paint underneath is wearing through, and it's, they walk on this all the time. So it won't be as bad as some of the grayed out walkway stuff that's been old and really weathered, but I am going to go through and take off some of those rivet heads and make it look more weathered. Yeah, that's a lot more work. Oh my God. And every time I look at photos on the computer, I find new things. Like this stupid little thing right there. Little grip tape just on the thing for them stepping up to get up here. So, of course, mine had to have it and got it on there. Little subtle detail. You wouldn't notice unless I pointed it out to you. So there is how I'm doing my anti-skid stuff on there. Hopefully this helps, gives you a couple ideas. You can get this stuff. It's not permanent, but that kind of adds to the weathering and all that kind of stuff. So I would say get it and go for it. Play around with it. That's the whole thing. We got to cheat these damn things. I was talking to Tyler Gray. And everything we do, we have to cheat because nothing we get from the manufacturer is correct. So we're just a bunch of cheaters. All right. Get out and build something.